One, two, three. Yeah, we're on. Okay, here we go. Okay. All right. I'm going to grab something to drink real quick, and I'll be right back in. I've got everything combined in chat now. I've got a complete and total combined chat. Very cool. I think I've got it figured out. So, hold on just one moment and I will be right back. Okay. Welcome back to the Pocket Dimension, everyone. Here we go. We're going to be painting some more minis tonight. Just sitting and chilling and painting and chatting and whatever coming along here. So, all right. I'm going to go over here. I'm going to open up, watch Twitch real quick. Oh, I guess I can't do that and watch my combined chat all at the same time. So there it is. There's thoughts of things that I don't really know how I'm going to get figured out. So that's good. Let's see. All right. So I finally got... I'm in my OBS backstage, and I actually have all my chats combined now. So that's pretty cool. Let's see. Let's go here. And let's go here. And I'm going to see. Let's go here. As I sounded like that was funny sounding. And I'm going to try a little bit of try the new chat feature. All right. I can see it in there in the whole thing. All right. So I've got all the chats combined now. Woohoo! That's pretty cool. That's I'm pretty excited about that. So the only thing I can't tell is I don't get the alerts from Twitch. So so we'll watch. We'll just have Twitch as a backup over on my old device here. That way I can watch. there. Here we go. And I'm going to go here. See how long that takes to get over from. Oh, well, I see. Okay. I'm not signed in on my other device there, so I couldn't tell. All right. Very cool. Well, here we are. Over here we got Twitch, we got Rumble, we got YouTube all together. Very cool. So everything is running smoothly now as far as I can tell. So I've got all the chats combined. All the chats combined. So, all right. So here is the linebacker mech from Tech Commander. Pretty well done up there. So that's in kind of a turquoise. Hard to tell on the screen there. But there's that. So I wonder if I can increase the size of the output on this camera. Well, I don't know. I might be able to increase the size of the output on this camera. But I don't think I'm going to worry about it for right now. So, but yeah. I'm pretty happy. I've got all the chats combined. So now if anybody's watching out there on Twitch and Rumble and YouTube all together, I don't have to fight with 3 different devices. I can just look at the thing and away we go. Very cool. That's finally figure out how to do it. Now that has loads of options on it too, so be interesting when I get it all figured out. So anyhow, that's the linebacker mech. And these are actually cockpits. So you have the pilot and you have the WRO, WSO officer. So, and then this is a sensor packet up here. So the cockpits on Tech Commander mechs are interesting because they're kind of like the glass cockpit on the F-35, right? So this is a sensor. And the way Brian described it is he was always fascinated with those little radomes on real aircraft that would say "Do not paint." It would have a big sign on it, or sign next to it that say "Do not paint." And so we decided these would be big sensor packages. So that's why they're black. They're a "Do not paint" feature. So, but yeah, that's pretty much it. I don't know much more I could do on it. Maybe a little bit more weathering, but for the most part, I'd say that's pretty well done. I need to get a base for it, but I don't have a base for it for right now. So, all right. So what do I want to paint next? I don't know. I don't know what I want to paint next. I've got a lot of things to paint. I guess I could continue on with my orange marines. My Nova Marines here. Nova open guys, I guess. So, oh, I don't know. I got so many things I want to paint here. Actually, let me see. I've got that new paint. I've got the figure that I want to paint. Use that paint on. Let's see if I can find it over here. Let's see. I got that paint from Huge Miniatures, and I'm not sure where I put it. Excuse me. Beg pardon. Let's see. Where did I put that? That's some Vallejo right there. That's some all the other Vallejo. Oh goodness. Let's see. Don't know where it is right offhand. Let's see. Unless I put it back in the bag. It's not the bag that it was in. Well, can't seem to find that paint that I had. Colors from Huge Miniatures, the pink and the pink rose, and where in the world did they get to? I don't know. Very, very frustrating here. Very, very frustrating. For a moment here. Strange. Very strange. Ah, here they are. Ha ha. Here they are. Here they are. Here they are. Here they are. Okay. I'll put these weird ones right next to the other weird ones. So, all right. So what do I want to paint tonight? I really don't know. I'm going to clean out my water for a moment. I'm going to refresh the old water container. So, hold on just a moment. And I'll be right back. All right. Okay. Well, that's cool. That's really cool. I got the chat working across all platforms now. So that is definitely Definitely exciting. Definitely exciting. So let's see. I'm gonna actually make a little post about that. That's pretty exciting to me. What are you doing, Pumpkin? All right, you can take a look there. Um, hey, what? Hey, get out of there! You doing experiments again there, buddy? All right. Let's not do any. Let's not do any experiments. That's pretty cool. I got my multi-stream chat to work. Pretty happy. Pretty happy about that. Hey, what are you doing? Get off of the cow. Get off of the get off of the desk there, buddy boy. Come on now. I'm just barely letting you in here right now. Just because my hands are full. I'm trying to type. Cool. All right, I'm pretty happy about that. You have no idea how happy that makes me, folks. All right. Chat is up and running. Combined chat. That is the greatest thing since sliced bread, folks. Pretty happy about it. So. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Pumpkin Buddy, you look way too comfortable in my chair here. I'm going to have to put you out now. Oh, yeah. I know you want to stick around. You think you belong wherever I belong because you're a good buddy. But, nope. That's a nope. That's a negative, amigo. All right. Out you go. Okay. Whew. All right. Now we're going to get down to some painting here, folks. All right. Here we go. Paint. All right. I am here. You are there. I am yours. You are mine. We are what we are. So, that's pretty terrific if you ask me. Okay. Multi-stream chat is in the house. What can I say? Wow. Wow, it's working. It's working. It's working. That is so wizard. It's working. Yeah. Yeah. Wow. Makes me happy. Makes me real happy. Okay. Okay, now what? Now that I got that up and running, I don't know what I need to be. I don't know what I need to start painting here. So, but I will start painting. Let's see. I got some chainmail out here. Let's go ahead and paint this Battle Pope up. See where that takes us. Just a little palette cleanser. Nothing too fancy. Just a little dry brush action with the chainmail that he's got on, and he doesn't really have a whole lot in the way of equipment, so he should be pretty easy to paint. Should paint up pretty quickly, I would think. So if you're watching on Twitch, why don't you go ahead and try the new chat feature? See what's happening. Let me know if it's working over there. But yeah, I've got multi-stream chat going on, so I can watch the chat everywhere on my OBS. Pretty jazzed about it, folks. Makes me kind of happy. Do a little dry brush action on his chainmail and his armor. And if we get it on his clothes, no big deal. We'll just paint right over it. Looks like this figure slipped in the mold too, so there's a parting line I can't quite get rid of. But it's just for me, just for playing with. Nobody's gonna. It's not a competition. Not every model that you paint is going to be competition grade, nor does it have to be. Of course, if I fill in any of the detail, I can go back over with some Nuln Oil and get that back out. Yeah, pretty happy. Pretty happy that I finally figured out how to use the Social Stream Ninja and combine my chats. So I've got Rumble, I've got Twitch, and I've got YouTube all together. So, all together now. All together now. Do 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 do. So, I'm pretty happy. Pretty happy about that. So, if you're watching and you want to hop in and say hello, by all means, tell me what you're into these days. It doesn't have to be painting miniature or gaming or anything. Just tell me what you did this week. So, we got 4 people watching over on Rumble of all things. Hello, my Rumblers, my Rumblers. So, this is a figure that was sculpted by Paul Hicks and handed to me by the one and only Andy Hobday. And they have just released their second edition of Baron's War, which is a historical war game. And you can get the metal figures for it from right here in the United States from Badger Games Company. From Badger Games. Or if you live in Milwaukee, you can get it right at the Old Guard Games. But Badger Games, you can get it online. The Paul Hicks sculpted range of the Baron's War in metal. Or you can get the Baron's War the Baron's War starter set, which is all plastic models by War Games Atlantic. Now, full disclosure, I do not get any money for telling you about this. Unfortunately, I'm not sponsored by them, but definitely check it out. And if you do happen to put a note in there that you heard about it from me, well, by all means, remember me when you get into your kingdom, so to speak. So, why I'm doing this battle pope up in black and purple, because I want to. I want to try something a little more sinister with this fella. So I could go white and red, make him very crusadery, or I could take him a little bit more sinister looking. So I think I'm going to do that. Why? Because I think it's fun. So we got a little bit of German camo black brown. I'm going to use that as a base for the leather bits. Like I said, this is a very easy figure to paint. There's not a whole lot of... There's enough detail to paint what you need to paint, but not so much that it clutters things up in a way that keeps you from enjoying it. So there's the belt. There's the belt. Not sure what's going on around the midsection right here. There's obviously a rosary with a crucifix on it. And there is probably a Bible or some other holy book. Or it could be an unholy book. You never know with these monks, these fighting monks. It's going to be an interesting little tidbit, part of the figure. So see, we'll do a base coat for all the leather here in that dark leather color. Very simple figure. And if I get out of line on these, it's no big deal. We'll just paint over it. That one got out of the hand a little bit. So let's see if we can fix that up a little. Well, let's see what the deal is. We'll go ahead and put it on the machine here. Okay, let's try it now. All right, So now that is actual leather brown from Vallejo Model Color. I should say an actual leather brown. It's kind of a cooler leather brown color. That's okay. We can go cool with it. It's fine, no big deal. Just building up that color. I think I want to go to a really brighter brown color than what I got here. We leave a little dark, leave a little bit of that dark brown in the recess there beside the spine of the book there. Maybe a different color brown altogether to break some of these up. Break up that book out of the scabbard there. I keep on trying to look at the device that I've got propped up just as a backup. I keep on reminding myself I don't have to look at my device anymore. I can just watch the laptop screen because I've got all the chat in one place. All the chat in one place. I think that's pretty neat, folks. I'm over the hill about that. Let's see. We'll use this orange brown. Orange brown, I think, will be a nice color to use to really make the belt and scabbard pop. So a lot of things going on his belt there. Not sure what all is happening there. So there's a little bit of chain or something there. Can't tell. Maybe there's a chain going across to his book over here. And let's see. Got some silver we need to cover up on his chest here. Just a moment. All right, well, I'll find out who that was later. It rang 3 times and stopped. That's okay. So they must have hung up. I'm not gonna worry about it. Hey, DD Minis, how's it going? Hey, I'm pretty happy. I got my multi chat feature worked out using the Social Stream Ninja. So now I can have all the chats in one place. So I've got Rumble, YouTube, and Twitch all loaded in one spot, and I can just watch it on the backstage with my OBS. I don't even have to have anything really opened up much. So I'm pretty jazzed about that, my man. How are you doing tonight? How is your week, DD? Not bad. Well, that's good. Not bad is better than not good. That's for sure. So this is a figure from the Baron's War range, sculpted by Paul Hicks, who I met at Adepticon 2 weeks ago. It was kind of a promotional figure, I guess you'd say. And so I got that, much like I got the... Oh, I'm streaming tonight because I missed last night. I was going to try to stream, but by the time it got around to streaming, I got home late, and I picked up a pizza at Little Caesars. Okay, my last night was really weird, DD, I got to tell you. So I worked late, as you do sometimes, because you got to get things done. And I swung by Little Caesars, and I picked up a pizza, and I swung through the drive-through and picked up a 6-pack of Coke. And I came in the door. When I got home, I came in the door. I was getting the mail out of the mailbox, and I was opening the door, and I had the 6-pack and the pizza in one hand, and the pizza slipped, and it went all over the floor. So then I had to call up Domino's to bring a pizza. And yeah, by the time I got done with it, my fighting spirit was all gone. I just wasn't up for streaming much, and I was tired. I was gonna postpone the stream for an hour or so while I ate, but by the time it came around, I just wasn't up to it anymore. So, plus I had the cat on my lap, and that felt pretty nice. It was very relaxing, very soothing, and just wasn't up to streaming last night. So I figured I'd go ahead and stream tonight, you know. So just kind of do a little bit of a makeup stream, you know. So Yeah, sometimes it is good to just take a night off, but I've been gone so much because of Adepticon and various things that I figured I needed to get back to the need to get back on it, you know. So I figured what probably wasn't a bad idea to get going again. Way people don't think I just fell off the face of the earth, you know. So but yeah, I got the multi-stream chat to work, so I can just watch it in the background now, and I don't have to look at three different devices or struggle. I finally figured out how to make it work, so that's pretty nice. Now the question remains: is do I have to do it every time I turn on the stream, though? Do I have to go through that whole rigmarole to make it happen? That's the big question. So we'll find out, I guess. There is a way to do it and make it overlay on everything, but I'm not going to do that because some of the overlay, some things do things. So for whatever reason, sometimes people could put things in chat that aren't allowed on some channels, and that could get you into a lot of trouble, you know. So I'll just keep it on the back. How's Rumble? Rumble's been okay. There's two people over there watching right now, evidently. So it's just, I mean, to me, it's just another place to expand the audience to. So I really haven't. It's really I don't know. I mean, it's just a place. They had a little thing here. Oh, last month they were trying to promote their services. So if you subscribe to their service and you're a creator, like, and you get 100 follows. Well, I don't have 100 follows. I got 10 over there. Uh, but if you had 100 follows, they could get you into like their creator program. But you gotta spend the money on their you know, like, you know how you could pay for Twitch Prime, and you it's like what, 12 or $13 a month, and then you can have like YouTube Red, or you know, YouTube Premium, and it's you don't get you don't get advertisements. That's basically what they're trying to sell you. But we'll just try to keep it and do it the old-fashioned organic way, you know. But it's just a way to reach out to more audience, because there's a lot of people that don't like to use YouTube or Twitch for whatever reason. I mean, they can be slightly censorious, you know. So I understand how people might be against that. So and I got my I think you already knew this, but I got my paint mixer up on top of the desk now where it belongs and plugged in. I mean, I'm rocking and rolling here, DD. So You reckon this guy runs around screaming Deus Volt all the time? And his buddies go, Deus Volt, Deus Volt. Don't you know anything else to say other than that? Can't you have a normal conversation like everybody else? Then he says, I'm going to join the Spanish Inquisition. And his friends say, well, that was unexpected because nobody expects the Spanish Inquisition. Oh, you have me muted. Oops. So are you streaming tonight too? Tonight, DD? I think tonight is your usual night. I think I saw something about it. You mentioned it on your Discord. About 6 minutes. Very cool. Very cool. Well, if I get done before you get done, I'll come over and raid you. I think this was just kind of a bad casting here. There's just some jumbly bits on it. It's very hard to make out what they're supposed to be. Not sure what all that other mess is. Looks like there's a chain going up underneath his surcoat. And there's a latch right there to keep his book closed. I was thinking about doing gilt edging on his book, but since there's so much gold around there already, I don't think I will. What I will do though is I will do some highlights. And we'll change that color to a little bit darker brown orange, a little bit darker. There. Yeah. Get a little silver here, I think. Let's see. A little silver and give everything that's gold just a little brightness. to it. Oh, let's do the helm here. Let's undercoat with a little bit of the that dark bronze tinny tin color. There's a really big parting line right across his face, so that wasn't good. I did what I could, but it's just gonna be what it is, I think. Well, have a good night on your stream there, DD Minis. Hopefully, people will stop in and say hello to you. Thank you for stopping by. Always appreciate seeing you in the chat there. So, even if you can't stay long, that's just fine. Thanks for thinking of me and stopping in. All right. The old lurk and fade. Nothing wrong with that. All right. A little bit of the silver here. And we'll do some highlights on the gold bits with the silver. Now that might be rope right there. That might be more of a string, so I'll have to go back and change that up a little bit, I think. good. Let's see. Now I think on his Morning Star we're going to use this tinny tin. Right there on the head, just to make that stand out, because it's kind of wants to get caught up and blend in with everything else. So don't want that to happen. We'll just pick up a little bit of this old gold color, and we'll just kind of give a quick, whatever we want to call this, to overbrushing. There. And let's go ahead and paint. Let's paint the haft of his. You don't know the haft of it. Let's paint the haft of his Morning Star here. Though that would probably would be metal instead of wood. Wouldn't it? But we'll go ahead and paint it up. Paint it up in wood. Maybe we'll put red paint on it or something. I don't know. Because they did paint their equipment back in the day. Believe it or not, they did paint things just like we do now. They like color just as much as we like color. So Hollywood tells us lies about all the peasants being muddy and in boring looking clothes. That's really not the case. Although for a visual medium, that's what they're working with a visual medium, though. Is they have to tell you, inform you visually about all those things. They can't really spend a lot of time. But no, the Middle Ages, 1100 to 13 or 1400, were just a riot of color, evidently. So they say. Textile historians would tell us. It's coming along pretty good there. We get a little purple here. Let's see, purple. I need a really deep, strong tone purple here. Let's use this Necromancer purple here. Necromancer purple from Reaper. We'll use that. It's a good sinister color, if nothing else by dint of its name, I guess. And we'll paint up the band on his miter here. We'll paint up his miter cap a little bit. It's got a little bit of damage going on right there, so I don't want to fill in that detail with the paint. But this first layer is just a layer, just kind of meant to get some color, a little bit of a base color going. Put some color on his robe here, his surcoat. All right, so said I was taking this one in a sinister direction. So let's see. go monarch purple and royal purple. Oh, monarch purple looks a little bit darker, doesn't it? Well, let's see. Those look a little too dark. Let's go with... let's see. Let's put that... let's put this necromancer purple back. And let's see. Got Death Knight black, which is a black with a purple in it. I don't know about that one though. Let's see. What do we got here? Oh, we've got Game Color Extra Opaque Heavy Violet. Let's go with that. Yeah, that's what we'll do. Hey, Savage Brewski, how you doing? Good to see you. So I have a small victory today, in that I was able to get my unified chat to work. Social Stream Ninja. So I thought that was kind of neat. So pat myself on the back for that one, I guess. So now I can keep up with everything instead of having to switch back and forth between devices and the like. So I'm painting up a battle pope of some sort, who is from the Baron's War 2.0 range, sculpted by Paul Hicks. Very simple. It's a very simple figure. It's chainmail and surcoat. So not too much to do on this, but to do it. But I wanted to give him more of a sinister fantasy feel here. So how was your day there, Brewski? How you doing tonight? Wrapping up work, some prints to get off the Anycubic, not bad. Nice. Very cool. All right. Now, what other purples have we got? We got royal purple, still too dark. Purple, purple. Purple, purple might be a little bit brighter purple by Procryl. So that'll be, yep, that's definitely a much brighter purple than the base purple there. Some prints to get off the Anycubic. Excellent. Oh yeah. A much brighter, much lighter purple there. Very cool. I think I'll use a slightly thinner brush. This one goes down to a nice, fairly nice tip, but I think I want to use something a little skinnier. Maybe I'll try one of these Reaper brushes that my good friend Brian Brewski sent to me. Savage Brewski. So I'll try this one. That is a Reaper Zero. So I need something with a smaller tip, smaller, sharper tip. So we'll use that. Pick up this purple. Oh yeah. Here we go. Yes. Well, I think a lot of that has to do with they had um, Rhonda, what's her name, working with them for a while. She helped them out with the paint line as well as all the tools as well. So yes, they've got this is a nice brush so far. Thank you for sending it to me there, Brewski. Appreciate it. The trick to painting is to get it thin enough to flow off the brush, but not so thin that it goes everywhere. All right. Now we'll get some of the magenta, I think, and we'll mix a little bit of the magenta in with the Pro Acryl purple. Get a, kind of a middle ground there. Although this might be just the thing for, yeah. Maybe we'll go ahead and get a middle ground. We're not taking a huge step up. And we'll get a little drop of cuttlefish color. Merlin's Magic Medium, just to keep it wet. Maybe a little more. Maybe a little more of that purple in there. So I'm just painting away here, painting and chatting. So Adepticon was pretty cool this year, folks. If you're into miniatures painting, you should definitely make a trip to Adepticon some year. Definitely worth it. All right. Hey, Miar, how's it going? Yeah, I am on. I am on. I was not on Thursday because I just wasn't up to it. So that happens sometimes. Work too hard, get wore out. Yeah, thanks. Well, I was gone for Adepticon that one week, and then I took a day off, and I was back on, and then I was off for the weekend, and then it was the following Monday. I did Monday night, and I think I did it. I think I was only on it for a little bit over an hour on Monday, hour and a half or so, because I was tired, and yep. So so that happens. So I'm working on the this battle pope from he might be a cardinal, I don't know. He's from the Hobday and Hicks Baron's War range of figures. So I'm making him a little more sinister. So black and purple. So mix up a little bit of black here, put a little purple in that black for highlights. But I tell you one thing, Miar, I did finally figure out how to get all my chats combined. So now all my chats are combined in the Social Stream Ninja on the backstage here. So that's an improvement to the channel, I guess you'd say. Well, I sort of was doing it just kind of rednecked it together. I had three different devices. I had my computer and my phone and my tablet, and I was trying to combine them like that. But I need something more. I needed something more efficient. So I was finally able to get that to work out, you know. So now it's doing what it's supposed to be doing. And I can sit and I watch everybody on YouTube and Rumble and Twitch. I'm using purple as the highlight color for the black, because black can look really weird if you try to go white, gray to white for your highlights. So I'm trying something different. You could use blue. You could use dark blues as well. That's another one that's good. But I'm trying to do something different. I don't know if it'll work or not. But that's what we do here in the pocket dimension. We do experiments. We find out what works. We find out what doesn't. Some things we know will work, but when we don't know, we don't know. And we'll try to find out if we can. We'll do little experiments here and there. See if we can bring everybody's skill level up. Yeah, so purple looks pretty good as a highlight on black, I have to say. And it's a very dark purple. Gives a little bit of dimensionality to the black there, I think. Or we're not just going gray or gray to white. Black can be very difficult to highlight at times. So yeah, don't want to overdo it. Wind up painting this whole outfit purple. Don't really want to do that. So, black right in there between his cheek and his arm. Get that, clean that up a little bit. There we go. Let's see. Really need to make some glamour shots of my firstborn. They're finished. I do not think I will touch them again. Huh. Okay. I'm supposed to do a charcoal drawing of my recently deceased grandpa. It's been since college since I did charcoal. I really don't want to. Oh, yeah, that can be difficult. But yeah. I'm sure you can do it. I've seen some of your miniatures work there, Miar. You've got a real hand for it, you know. So I think you'll be able to do it. You have the you have an artsy talent to you. I think you'll do just fine. So how recent did your granddad pass, if you mind me asking? Unless you mind me asking. Last week. Oh wow. 102. Well, you know, it's a sad thing to lose our granddads, but 102 is a long life. He saw some things in his time. Still doesn't mean that we don't want him. We'd rather have them here than there, you know. So, well, hopefully you'll find a nice picture of him that you can pull from. So I'm using a little silver here just to brighten up the chainmail, which is a dark color, darker silver color. That was some long life, Miar. Nothing to nothing to be ashamed of there. Took a lot of practice trying to be able to do what I did for my aunt years ago. I'm afraid to touch charcoal 20 years later. I'll do a few little pieces here and there just to get your hand back into it. You know, you don't have to start off with the one piece. Just go ahead and do a couple of easy ones. Easy, whatever easy might be for you. Don't stress yourself out over it. Start with something simple, and then once you feel comfortable, do two or three, four pieces. Get your hand back into it. Just kind of get in the zone, auto zone. You'll have it. I'm sure you will have it. Would have lived longer if he did not break his 2 years ago. Oh, so he must have broke his hip then? Usually you don't live too longer after you break your hip. That'll do it. Usually when that happens, there's not much left. Doesn't take too long after that. But no matter how old they are, and we always realize we're going to lose them, it never feels good. And not a pleasant thing at all. So, sorry for your loss there, Mjar. I'm out of the grandparent business myself. All mine are gone and dead. DED. All of them. So, that's just the circle of life, as they say, you know. I have got one brother and two stepbrothers, but we don't really keep in touch. We all live very vastly different lives. So, we live in all different parts of the country, too, so. All right. So the only thing left is finish his base. I think we're going to call him done as far as the figure part. And yeah. Then do the base. Later on. And it's only 9 o'clock. We got 2 more hours. That was only 2 hours on that figure. A little bit less, actually. Now, I could probably do more to his shield. Probably add some metal flaking off of it and the like. So I might do that later on. But for the time being, I consider him pretty well done. For the most part. Oh, I need to stretch. My back is starting to get to me. So I'm going to make a little bio break just to stretch a little bit. My back is kind of getting to me. Stand up. Can you get a good look at it? Yes, you can get a good look at it. I think my camera's doing that weird thing with the light again. It's kind of getting, seems a little dark, doesn't it? Or maybe it's just going out on Twitch. It looks dark. Huh. So, just need to do the base up. Maybe do a little bit more wear and tear on his shield there, but for the most part, I'm counting that done. All right. Huh. So here, this might give you a better look at it, Miar. My plan is to get some new cameras and get a switcher so I can have a close cam that I can actually put these things on like a little turntable and have the lighting levels set a lot better than whatever's going on here. This is not the best. Not the best. So it likes that color right there. Those are good. That's a good warm color right there. But as soon as I get this closer up to the, it changes. I need to keep some of the white in there to maintain the white balance. But it wants to. There you go. There you go, Miar. I think that's a better picture right there for you. So, all right. There's a little more work yet, but for the most part, I'd put that on the table for sure. Yeah, what Quantum is saying there, Miar, that's what I was trying to get at. So, all right, what's next here? So this is a stone golem. It's from the Rune Wars line of figures, and I want to just clean up some of the mold lines off of it. Actually, it does. The mold lines are very, very well hidden on this figure, but it's PVC, so they're not going to scrape. So you have to cut them. Have to scoop them off of there. Scrape. Can't scrape. Got to scoop. But they are pretty well hidden. So inside there, right there. Let's see, where are the sanding sticks? I've got sanding sticks that actually work really well with this stuff. But It's PVC, which is very similar to the same thing that they use the Reaper bones, but it's a stiffer formula. So if you scrape at it, it leaves a hairy sort of, it just kind of pulls it up and stretches. So if I can show you right there, it really chatters. It grabs onto your knife and it kind of chatters, and it leaves. It's just really hard to get it clean after if you try to scrape that mold line. So it's better to use a file or actually slice it off rather than try to scrape it. Yep. So just trying to get that cleared off there. Hard to do. But I don't know where my sanding sticks are. I thought I put everything away. Maybe I put them in this drawer over here. Oh, maybe I did. Maybe I did. There's some sandpaper. No sanding sticks, though. Yeah, I wish I knew where those things were. I organized this place, and now I can't find anything. I have a place for everything and everything in its place, but I just don't remember where everything's place is. You know? That's the problem with straightening things up. What about this file here? It's the problem with straightening anything up. Of course, the mold lines are so small on these that it's almost negligible. You got to look so hard to find them. I don't know if I'm going to really worry about the mold lines on these. They're not for anybody else but me, really. So, and you can definitely paint. You can definitely paint things with mold lines on them. It's just an old scale modeler habit, I guess. You know, can't stand mold lines. But there you have it. Yeah, I don't like the way that turned out. I wish I knew where my stupid. Oh, where are those sanding sticks? Oh, there they are. Ouch. There's my sanding sticks. Alright, that makes a lot. That's going to make a lot easier. Okay. Much better. da dum dum. Dee 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 dee. Dee 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 dee. What I could do is I could take a little acetone and melt those mold lines down. That would work. Acetone mixed with MEK. Don't do that, kids. That's really bad for you. Don't mix chemicals in your house. Go to your neighbor's house and do it. Alright, let's go ahead and glue that on there. Use a little bit of the old, whoops. The old super glue here. I was thinking maybe you could try PVC glue with these because they are made out of PVC. I've got some over out in the other room, but I don't know if I want to go that far. Let's find the mold lines on that and carry on with the fight. So that sounds like a lot of pressure there, Myar. Well, now that we've stressed out quantum, well, I mean, you could do a little bit at a time too, there, Myar. You know, if it's giving you that much of a hassle, or you can even just say, you know what, folks, I don't have the skills for it anymore. There's no shame in saying what you can't do. But it probably wouldn't take you much to get back a little bit, get those skills back up if you wanted to. I mean, but that decision's ultimately yours. How you handle that. I don't know how your family is. About that kind of thing. So, but you still understand volumes and everything like that, volumes and shapes. I mean, I've seen your miniatures work. You still have those skills in there. You just, but if it's too much of a hassle for you to do something like that, then it's too much of a hassle. That's your. The only person that can decide on that is you. You know. But I don't really have an opinion on it one way or the other than I've always firmly believed that people can do whatever they set their minds to do. Yeah, that's what I'm getting. Quantum. it's pressure from the family, and that's not kind, especially not in the you know, especially the timing is bad. You know, I mean, it's one thing to say, hey, it would be really nice to have a picture of Grandpa one of these days whenever you get around to it. Can you think you can, and leave it at that. And it's another thing to keep on hounding the man about it. So I don't know. Like I said, I don't know what his family's like. I don't know what he's got to deal with. Was in college, barely working and smoked pot. I had all the time in the world. I don't have time now. I have a full-time job. I'm too tired to concentrate on charcoal like that, which makes me sad. It's understandable. I find myself always putting down what I want to do for others. I've sacrificed my skills for others for years. This is the only year that I've done anything for me. Yes, pressure. I don't want to do it if it feels uncomfortable. Right. Yeah, yeah. Well, and that's the thing is, just like they teach you in life-saving school, life, um, first responder class and life savings classes, you got to take care of yourself before you can take care of anybody else. So, maybe next year or so you'll be able to carve out some time to do a portrait of your granddad. But if it's not the right time for you, it's not the right time for you. We all have limited time on this planet, and we got to use it to the best of ourselves too. Sometimes it's good to do things for others. It's nice to do things for others. I like to do things for others, but at the same time, which reminds me, I need to get started on the monthly miniature, the monthly monster. And this isn't it. Now, if I quit my job, I'd work on it to have all day to focus, which I might add focus is not as sharp. My brain is not the same. Sure. Well, you don't want to quit your job. And the focus, you got to have the focus, that's for sure. But I do need to definitely get working on the old monthly monster, that's for sure. Since you were talking about doing things for others, Miar, that reminded me. I got to get these packages sent out too. So many things to do and no time to do it. And I got to work tomorrow as well, so. Tell you what. Life sucks when you get to be an adult, you know it? You think you're going to have, when you're a kid, you think you're going to have all the time to do whatever you want to do. But that is definitely not the case. Huh. You had the stream on pause. Huh. Oops. I've been streaming quite a bit here for a minute there, Miar. Oh, you don't have to apologize for nothing there, pal. It's all right. I may just I may end the stream. Actually, it's quarter till 10. Oh, that's okay. You don't have to feel dumb, Yar. I didn't even realize you had it on pause. I can't tell that from here. Not for where I'm sitting. I was watching the debate between you and Quandam. But, oh, I gotta work a little bit tomorrow. And, who knows? I may stream some on Sunday. Don't know. I don't think. Did I see your pic? I did not see your picture. Um, I can take a look at it. It's over here on the Discord, though, I think. Let's see. Yeah, okay. That's your aunt. Yeah. That's quite good. Echo, 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 echo. Did anybody hear an echo, 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 echo? All right, let's see. So, I got the mold lines off of that mostly. I guess. We'll see. It's funny how you try something and it doesn't work the way you intended, you know? Like now there's still little fuzzies on these. Supposedly on PVC if you use sandpaper you won't get fuzzies, but I've got fuzzies. So maybe the next one I do I'll just clean off with a knife. Or maybe I won't even do mold line removal on them since you can barely tell anyway, you know? See, there's a mold line right there, but it doesn't look so bad. It doesn't look so bad now, but I bet you if I painted it, it would stand out like a sore thumb, proverbially speaking. See, there's one right there, but hard to see, hard to tell. PVC, you have to slice them off. You can't scrape them. Not really. But it is hard PVC, so it may work okay. Although, no, see, I'm getting curlicues. Because it stretches the material. The material stretches instead of cleaves. So, when it stretches, it curlicues instead of scrape melting off. So there it is, kind of like that. Trying to get these. So the thing about PVC is you can't scrape PVC, you got to slice it or you got to sand it. And it still doesn't come out quite as clean as you might like it to get to be. Always cut towards yourself so you'll know right away when you cut too far. Yes, exactly, Quantum. Exactly. I mean, if you don't cut toward yourself, you'll never know when to stop. Well, the thing is it's not that I'm really not cutting into myself, and I'm not cutting. If I were like this, that's a problem. But since I'm close and I have full control here, you know, and I don't have my thumb right into the blade. I have it actually on the blade, so it actually gives me maximum control. So that old adage about not cutting toward yourself is like 99.9% of the time correct, but for what we're doing here tonight, it's really not that quite as germane as we would like to believe it to be. See, now we're anywhere that I have to actually slice, like actually cut into it instead of slicing it, I'm cutting into it away from myself. But anywhere that I'm using a modified scraping slicing motion, I have to cut in towards myself. It's just the matter of the matter here. See, that's the thing about PVC is when you if you scrape it, it leaves behind those chatter marks, and see how it kind of spools up and leaves a curly cue behind, where it doesn't actually scrape off. Then you have to go back and cut that away. That is the downfall of PVC. Though for a few minutes there, PVC was the way to go, and a lot of companies were starting to use it. Micro machines were PVC. It's kind of a harder, it's kind of a harder PVC, but it molds easily and is extracted from the mold easily. So All those old Star Trek and Star Wars micro machines were all PVC, which is why they always were so bendy looking. Seriously, when you cut toward your body, you have more control over the blade than when you cut away. And he just said what I was typing. Yes, well, that's how we do here in the Pocket Dimension Quantum. But a multitude of counselors leads gives much wisdom. So you know, glad to know we're in accord. Now these actually snap together pretty well. Putting glue on them is just it's just kind of belt and suspenders. PVC is a different beast than styrene plastic. Instead of scraping mold lines, the trick is to cut like you're peeling a potato. Yes, as I have been. Exactly, Miar. Exactly. All right, well, let's take a little bio break. I'm going to take a moment and stretch. My back is starting to get to me a little bit, so I'm going to stand up and walk out the room for a minute. And yeah, just take a little bio break here. Back needs to stretch. Been sitting too long. And we're back. Welcome back, everybody. What are you doing in here, usurper? Usurper? What? What are you doing? What are you doing, huh? Want to see what you can try to knock off, huh? Is that it? Huh? You find out what your next gravimetrics experiment is going to be? All right. Okay, now you're on my lap. You know you can't be on my lap while I paint. You just don't fit. Well, we'll try. Okay, right? I mean, we tried it before, but it didn't work. You, you kept putting yourself between me and my paint subject. So, is that what you think? Okay. All right, folks, we're gonna try painting with the cat on the lap here. Not to be confused with the cat on the hat, cat in the hat. Yeah. Okay. Now, see, that's the thing is you get possessive. See, you think you got to be right in the middle of everything, and you think if my hands are doing something that are not is not petting you. Yeah. See, I know you think you're helping, don't you? Miar says the cat just said, "Do my bidding." I guess so, right? Human, do my bidding. What? What? You think you're the center of the attention, don't you? You kind of put me in an odd position here, there, feller. You're right on the lap, right in between me and my subject. Watch out. Watch out now. Hey, now. Hey, stop it. All right, you're evicted now. Out. Leave the pocket dimension. I don't care if you are cute and purring. Out. Out. He said, "Ha ha, I'm going to disarm this guy." So he went to disarm the feller. And that, folks, is why the cat does not come in to the pocket dimension. Not by invitation though. He likes to get in. He gets in right between my feet when I open the door. I think, I look for him, make sure he's not around. But nope, there he is, right there. You can be on the other end of the house, and if he thinks you're coming into the room, he's got to be in every room that you're in, Weird. Weird cat. He's got to be wherever you are. Don't understand it. Alright, what was I doing here? Slicing off these mold lines here around the feet, which, the feet, mold lines around the feet, yes, no. Once you put them on bases and get the basing down, it might be alright. But I don't know. Yes, the cat loves to make a display of himself. The cat loves to be where he's not supposed to be. The cat loves to get hair everywhere. Your hair is everywhere, screaming infidelities, taking it well. Oh, what good songs from way back in the day. Wowie, I'll tell you what. How old is Cat? I don't know. I think he's around 7, probably, coming up on 7. He was a stray. So he's a real killer though. He does not care for mice or rats or anything like that. That's why I took him on. Because when I was out of town for work, I've told this story several times, I know, but I guess one more time won't hurt. When I was out of town for work, I had a rat eat a hole in my floor. Came in, and lived and couldn't figure its way out, and I guess it decided to eat a hole in my floor, in my kitchen floor. And so I sealed it up, and I got my friends were living out on a farm. They had these two stray cats come by, and the one of them was always making them offerings of mice and um, not like moles, mice and moles and all that kind of thing. So they said, "Hey, you want this stray cat? He's real nice and he's a killer." And I said, "Okay." Okay, I hadn't had a cat for a long time. I hadn't had a pet for, it had to have been close to, nigh on to, let's see, 10, 15, 22, it's like 17 years I hadn't had a pet. So having my own place helped. I figure I have one cat. I need to get another one. I need to get him a buddy. Just not had time to. Voles, yep, voles. That's it. But I would like to get him a little buddy. Somebody he could wrestle with other than me. But these are from the uh, Rune Wars game that was made by Fantasy Flight just before they got bought out by Asmodee, and they had been making them. I think they made this game just to show that they could make a miniatures game, because what was next? Star Wars Legion was on the horizon. So I think they were kind of trying to show Lucasfilm what they could do, and that they could do something that was going to be really good. That they could work the infrastructure for it and make a quality product. Because they had the X-Wing game, but that wasn't really. I mean, it is a miniatures game, but it's not a miniatures game. Because really, everything is dependent upon where the bases are, the base of the figure, the base of the model. The model itself isn't important, so you could play that game with tiles if you wanted to. Rune Wars miniature game kind of flopped. I thought about buying up a huge batch of them for General Fantasy Miniatures. Yeah, yeah. I found a small collection of them at a local game store. I say local. It was on my way to a project out of town, so I stopped in there on the way back from work, and I found the Rune Wars stuff. There wasn't a whole lot of it, but what there was dirt cheap, so I snagged it up. I thought it might be fun to paint. You know, I'm one of those people. If something looks like it'll be fun to paint, I want to get it. I don't necessarily have to play the game that it's attached to. I guess you could say I'm very agnostic in the miniatures, in my selection of miniatures from time to time. Not very agnostic, just quite agnostic in my approach to miniatures. If it's cool, I want to use it. Oops. But yeah, they are pretty cool looking General Fantasy miniatures. I think you can still get them. Probably super cheap now. eBay is a place. Maybe check Amazon even. I may do something different with these bases too. These bases are intended on sitting on a peg in a base that interlocks with other bases. I'm not sure how that works in the game. I don't really care because I don't know that I necessarily want to play the Rune Wars game per se. But I also don't know that I necessarily want to use these particular bases. I like to have something a little more squared off. That rounded edge I don't care for, aesthetically speaking. I mean, it would work fine for most games that I would use them for, but I think just as far as getting them based up to match the rest of my collection, I think is probably the way to go. Miar says, I think that's what I'm starting to find with myself. I'm finding that I want to paint more of what I want to paint, not because I could play, but finding my internet hobby nerd. Yeah, exactly. The interlocking jigsaw bases were really, really fiddly, Quantum says. Yeah. Yeah, that's kind of why I'm not really interested in the bases, the interlocking bases of them. Just not just not terribly concerned with those. Let's see. What do I want to do? We've got 40 minutes left in the until 11. Let's see. Let's let's see. I can paint that. Put that guy's helmet back on his base. I could paint those. I think I'd like to paint a little bit of terrain, folks, if it's all right with you. And if it's not all right with you, I think I'd still like to paint a little bit of terrain. So. All right. Did I ask my cat if it was okay? No, I did not ask my cat if it was okay. But I'm going to assume that it is. He strangely enough says nothing about it. So. He doesn't seem to have much of an opinion other than can he knock it off of the desk. That's his I think that's his particular take on it. Let's see, put these sanding sticks away so I don't knock them over with my big dumb elbow. And we'll use some German camo black brown here. To do kind of a base coat here. Did you know that a butt load is an actual measurement? In fact, these smaller barrels, out of these smaller barrels, I'd say one of them actually qualifies as a butt load, as a butt. Is that anything like a crap ton? Um, no, I don't think so. Though I can't say for sure. Just painting up some barrels. In fact, you know who makes good barrels is Sea Dog Game Studios, by the way. If you need if you need fantasy market bits, they've got them. If you need bits for modern games as well, they've got them. So check out seadoggamestudios.com. Now, I don't get paid for that. I'm just telling you folks to check them out. They're friends of mine. I do work with them from time to time at gaming conventions, run games of Sail Power and Tech Commander for them with the volunteer group known as the Men of the Red Chest. So So water resin stuff, no. No. 3D printed. Negative. All right. Oh. All right. All right. All right. Well, what's next here? What is next? It's 10:35. I think I've gone about as far as I can go for tonight. I got a nice brown undercoat on these barrels and boxes here. I got the uh, I got the battle pope mostly painted. Just got to finish his base and a little detail on his shield there, and then yep. So that'll be easy to finish up quickly. I got the mold lines off of these guys mostly, as far as I can tell, as far as I think I want to try, and got them glued together. Both of those, both of these guys. Rawr, rawr, roar. He's got 4 arms to hold you. So, let's see. I've got some more of these Rune War guys to do up. So some Some more little mold lines to get rid of here and there. That guy and this guy with the big funny horn. Wah, ba-dum, wah. Yeah, yeah, that is one heavy flag, but he's not out of balance. It's not out of balance, so he stands up pretty good. And then let's see their hero. He's got a couple of drumsticks, but no drum. He's got two maces. And then here's a sage sort of a fellow here. And you know he is because he's got turned up booties. He's got the little turned up boots there. Probably going to hit this staff with some hot air just to straighten it out. I know it's supposed to curl back like that, but I think from here it's supposed to be more straight in line instead of being. So I think it's supposed to be more like that rather than all swept back, windswept. That's the word I'm looking for. Mace Windu. Yeah, there you go. Mace Windu. So, but that needs to be heat treated a little bit so I can bend it back straight. Same thing there. But so I got those guys. Oh, excuse me. I got those guys from the Rune Wars stuff that I bought at that store, and I got some more stashed away. Let's see, what else have I got? I got some. I've got the Latari Elves Army expansion. I've got their friends, the Centaurs, Centaur Cavalry. I got that. I've got the spearmen that go along with this guy, this command unit here. So, just a few little things. I don't know that I'm trying to collect that whole, or even two armies out of it. I mean, I'm not, like I said, I'm not interested in the game, but I am interested in the fact that there's a lot of cheap models out there for it. So, dual-wielding maces like they were maracas, right? Call him, put a little fruit headdress on him and call him Carmen Miranda. Yeah. But yeah, that's kind of funny. He's like, "Yo, come at me, bro." Well, it looks like he's like calling in an airplane. He looks like he's bringing in a 747 into the terminal. He's got the two the two handheld spotlights there, the glow stick, the glow lights. He's spinning them like right here. Dragons can't see landing lights very well. Yeah, Quantum, I was thinking that too. maybe he's helping the dragons get into their berth, BERTH, birth. So, all right, folks. Well, I think that's it for tonight. I don't think I can go much further. So, or I guess I could, but it wouldn't be much more entertaining, I think. We're at this point, I'm just waiting on some paint to dry. So, we're going to probably go ahead and go back to the title screen here. Got work tomorrow. Got to get some sleep too. Yeah, Quantum, absolutely. So, all right. Good night to Rumble.